You're right to go. Let's all be upstanding for the opening prayer. Mighty God, we ask that you be present at this meeting to assist us in our services to the community through local government. We pray our decisions will be wise and taken with goodwill and clear conscience. Amen. Item 2, acknowledgement of country. Tower Shire Council acknowledges all the traditional custodians throughout the Shire. We recognise their continued care of lands and waters and their living knowledges and wisdom. We pay respects to elders past and present. We are committed to listening and working together to help build a stronger and more inclusive society. Item 3, Councillor Officers present at meeting. Present is Councillor Tolsha, Whitehead, Anderson and Wortman. Attending officers is Ms Phelps, CEO, Mr Heritage, Director of Infrastructure and Environment, Mr Stanton, Acting Director of Community and Planning, and Ms Taylor, Director of Corporate Organisational and Development. Apologies and granting a leave of absence.
I have one apology from Councillor Pittman.
We have one apology from Councillor Pittman. Granting a leave of absence. Mr Councillor Wortman.
Motion to
Move that we accept that apology.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. We have a seconder? Councillor Whitehead. Disclosure of conflicts of interest. Yes.
yes.
CEO, you CEO.
Mr Mayor, I do have a material conflict in relation to item 10.5 as you will be considering my leave request.
Thank you.
I also have a conflict at the same report in relation to that role of acting CEO.
Thank you.
Material conflict.
Also myself.
So that's 3. Yes, motion for that.
No motion
No
required.
motion.
Yep.
I'll just go this. Item 6, confirmation of minutes. Minutes of last meeting are circulated. We have a recommendation there. We have a mover.
Thanks, Mr Mayor.
We'll have Councillor Anderson.
I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
And do we have a seconder? Councillor Whitehead. All in favour? All in favour? Motion carried. No. Petitions and joint letters.
Nil.
The CEO.
Nil.
Nil. After this, so I'll acknowledge that in our gallery today we have people who are interested in a planning subdivision in Talgarno, item 3.1. We have met previously with the objectors and the applicant to hear the views on the planning permit. Whilst it isn't our normal practice to hear twice from the interest parties, I suppose that once we've dealt with this in public question time, we'll then suspend standing orders, give the parties present an opportunity to speak to council, and once we've heard from the parties, we'll resume standing orders, and I seek a motion to bring that item forward, 13.1 for consideration.
So I'll do public question time first.
So item 8, public question time. Ms CEO.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. We do have one submission with 2 questions from Mr Ken Merkel, and I'll read each question in turn and perhaps we'll respond to each question before I move to the second one. So question 1, why has the council not addressed the objections I submitted on 15 October? There is no indication where my small parcel of land will sit, i.e. on the road reserve or sandwiched between 2 building blocks. My concerns of access to my block of land on the western end of stage 1. As stated in my objection, I currently have a stock crossing and underground water pipe to service this block. I would require proper vehicle access for both car and trucks, as well as proper stock crossing facility and underground culvert for water pipe installation. These concerns need to be addressed and put into writing and not a verbal undertaking prior to any granting of a permit. I have had first-hand experience of a verbal agreement with Shire staff not being carried out, causing me lost time and extra money. Also, if turning lanes are added to the T intersection, the under road culvert I use for cattle and quad bike access from western side to eastern side of Murray River Road must be maintained. This under road crossing has been in existence since the road was built. Therefore, a clause must be inserted that this is maintained. And that's question 1. Propose that Mr. Stanton respond to that for you.
Our Acting Director of Community and Planning, please.
Thank you, and through you, Mr. Mayor. In relation to question 1, so Mr. Merkel's small parcel of land will not be impacted. It currently sits between the road reserve and land in different ownership. This will not change. The lot that the small parcel is adjacent to will still have access and will not result in a landlocked parcel. The proposed condition for the planning permit requires that no works are to occur within the title boundary of this small allotment. The proposed condition 13 requires that access to the parcel of land excuse me, to the west of the proposed development is constructed and maintained to an all-weather stand. In relation to the stop crossing under the Murray River Road, this is a matter for the Department of Transport and Planning, DTP. Council could recommend that this be maintained and included in the functional layout plan required by DTP and include this as a permit note, and also request that through access is maintained at all times. Now, council cannot put conditions in place that relate to on the permit that relate to DTP or roads.
Thank you.
Do you want me to do question 2?
So, yeah, go. Question 2.
Question 2. Why has the layout of the stage 1 blocks not been required to be altered, and these blocks are more akin to dog runs with building envelopes very close together? This is more like an urban development, not a rural lifestyle block. These blocks will direct more water runoff into the creek at the bottom of their blocks, therefore causing more flow and erosion, which will directly affect my property. I also believe the developer will try and connect these blocks to the power grid close by, which is already at its limit. If for any reason fire trucks are required to enter the estate during any stage of construction through Trewella Road, there is large spring soak in the middle of the lane in one section of the road and would require fixing. I therefore strongly object to this development going ahead as per my objection submitted to council dated 15 October.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Michael.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. Any future development of dwellings will require a planning permit for the construction of dwellings. It is standard practice that any dwellings proposed to be constructed on the site must manage their stormwater so that the overload flows are no greater than the pre-development flows. This is often achieved through the use of water tank retention systems or large infiltration systems. AusNet Services have consented to the issue of a planning permit subject to conditions as the responsible authority for the provision of electricity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I ask for a motion to suspend standing orders so that we can hear from the objectors and the applicant regarding the permit. Application listed for consideration of 13.1. Do we have a mover?
Going to move to suspend standing orders.
Word, a seconder? Councillor Wortman. All in favour? Thank you, councillors. I'll now invite the objectors to address council for a maximum of 10 minutes. Given you've already heard from all parties, I encourage you to focus on any matters that are new, if possible. Mr. and Mrs. Hartnett? Yes.
Well, mine is the same that I have been writing since 2021, I think. But the developer arrived at our place with one of the so-called surveys with the road going directly through the centre of our house. Then we had one come that went through the centre of our shed, the off of the shed. I have seen 3, 4 different versions. None of those are a survey with pegs. So why, when you're doing a multi-million-dollar project, would you not want to find out where that 60 metres of crown land is?
We need a response.
There are other issues to go through.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hartnett, would you like to go through all of your issues and then we can consider? Yeah.
Well, that is the main issue of because there's just no reason why that should not have been surveyed. What else, John?
The other thing is that the road going through our driveway, and they say, oh, well, they can change because we've got the lease on Green Lane. But it also says that if there's no requirement or no other way to go, they take our land for our driveway. But if there is somewhere else they can put the road.
There's 366 metres of 10-coach road that they can go off. And there's no real need to take that road.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next one, yep.
Through my house. That's our main bit. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of other things here, but
Probably put them in before.
yeah, and all the things that we have put in, our first objection, we never heard anything for years until this year. Never were told what had happened, nothing. And now all of a sudden, this last one has come in and we weren't told about that till the week before. And this one last week, which come on the computer, Sunday night, it's just so, so why is it so
Difficult.
difficult to not let us know a week or a fortnight, or I would consider a month beforehand? And then we're told that you're going to make a decision today. Okay,
It's from,
We might go right from the top.
Yep.
If you like, about the survey. Jenny said something.
but my main thing is about that 60 metres is not needed in any way, as they have heaps of land to, and even their proposal of 20 metres from our house. 20 metres from our house is still taking out all our trees in our driveway that we use now. It is not sufficient to, it has to be more than 20 metres.
okay,
You know, it's unfathomable that anybody would think that they could just come in and dose our driveway.
yes, through you.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. The norm is that surveys are normally done by surveyors to ascertain road reserves. The pegging of a road reserve doesn't normally happen until after we're into the subdivision mode, and I'd like to refer over here to one of the developers, consultants, and he might be able to elaborate more about how and what they've computated out on plans that would reflect pretty true to life of what's on the field currently. So is that okay? Cool.
My name is Patrick Walker, representing Scope Project Consulting and the developer. So we've been working on this for quite some time, and it has been an ongoing issue that we've tried several times to resolve. I'd like to point to the survey. It was done by a registered surveyor. That has been done at the expense of the developer. So that is an additional cost that they have incurred, and I can confirm that it is 100% accurate. As you mentioned, Jamie, the pegs are not done until later in the subdivision stage, so post permit, but the line work that is on the plan is 100% accurate and shows the true location of the existing government road.
So what plan are you referring to?
The latest plan went in with the permit application and the revision that we have since done to try to accommodate your house. Both of them
So have we seen that last one to accommodate our house?
I'm not sure I've provided the council. And that's all.
I have not seen any new ones at all.
That's the 20-metre offset from your house.
No.
It's yeah, it's a road that's 20 metres from edge as well. Also,
Yeah. And through you, Mr. Mayor, last time we had the meeting, we discussed that and we had a marked up plan. You might remember that we reviewed.
Yeah.
So yes, it was presented in its preliminary stage.
Yes.
Not in its final stage, but the preliminary stage and final stage have not changed, is my understanding.
And also the road 20 metres from from your house or shed or whatever it is, from there to the road reserve is the start of the road reserve, and it goes further again where yeah.
I don't think that the edge is sealed.
It's out, part is out.
The road reserve is 20 metres from your boundary, not the actual edge is sealed.
Right.
The road will be further again, so, and we'll do our best to work with the consultant to have that offset onto the southern side from memory. So away from your house further, as much as we can accommodate within the realms of.
We have not been informed of that and
I've seen anything. The last one that we seen were 5 metres from the house, and then they turned the sharp turn up in front of our shed and back. And would have been dangerous, anybody sitting out there or something, who young bloke loses control, they come straight into our house.
we have not, we
I
have,
do have that plan if you'd like to see it.
I wanted to see it. Thank you.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, just in relation to that plan. So this was developed after our last discussion.
Right.
It doesn't form part of the planning application in terms of the attachments. However, a condition has now been put on the proposed permit that the road would be offset 20 metres from the house to the road reserve as per those drawings
So
there.
that's it from the house, not the road preserve.
It's 20 metres from the house with the edge of the road, so.
And then the road's on the further out again. Yes.
I mean, we've got sorry, for the Mayor, we've got a 20-metre road reserve from memory. Normal formation of a road will be anywhere from 7.6 to maybe 9 metres wide, so we can offset that potentially, work with the consultants to offset that further away.
You should end up at least 25 metres.
Minimum
Minimum.
to the edge of seal, yes. And I'd also like to just say that, with the road reserve in place, that has been past history from the government, and it's unfortunate where buildings and all that sit in relation to that, but that is the controlling point that the consultants have been working off as well.
So what building have we got here in this little plan? Is that the shed or the house?
Both of them are shown. Yes.
Oh, I can't see any here.
It's in errors.
Getting this started doing it.
Building there. Well, where's then that?
Have you got one there? Hang on, I've got one in here, I think.
See the shed, the house will be there and the shed will be up. Here's something. Well, definitely know, you don't have a day with it. Is that?
Having it in that one, so you can see the house here and the shed there. The house here, the grey one, you get that shed there.
I was going to just have a motion to take a recess. Take a recess. Because I was
It's that road reserve.
Yeah.
So road and the house.
Yeah, just
This is the latest.
This is the latest.
So,
Andrew,
just councillors.
sorry,
well,
councillor, we might just do a motion.
Perhaps we just take a recess, just to
Recess to go through this.
and we can stop the footage and then come back
Yep.
to that. So
So I'd like to have a motion
take a
to
recess.
recess the meeting. Councillor Anderson,
Yep.
second, yep, councillor Whitehead, all in favour? Okay.
this
All in favour? Right. So now I'll ask for a motion to bring forward 13.1 for consideration. Need a mover?
Yeah.
Councillor Whitehead.
Through you, Mr Mayor, happy to move item 13.1 forward in the agenda so we can discuss that now.
Thank you, councillor Whitehead. Have a seconder? Councillor Walkman? All in favour? Yep. Now I'll call upon our Acting Director of Community and Planning to present the report. Thank you.
Thank you. And through you, Mr Mayor. The purpose of this report is to have council consider the planning permit application for the subdivision of land at 16 Tankard's Road, Tolgano, into 23 lots, and then the removal of native vegetation. The subject site is 3 kilometres from the township of Belbridge. The land is covered by relevant schedules of the development plan, significant landscape, and the design and development overlays. The level of detail in the application is significant, and the proposal provides the opportunity for the site to be subdivided and additional vacant land in the area set aside for rural lifestyle development. Through the advertising application, it should be noted, notice was given to adjoining and adjacent landowners. 5 objections were received through this process. Due process has been followed in working through the details of the objection, including referrals to relevant agencies. The details of the objections and the response to them outlined in the report, and the recommendation in the report proposes 50 detailed conditions to be compiled should the permit be approved. The proposed subdivision of the land into 23 lots and the removal of native vegetation has been assessed in accordance with the planning scheme and policy provisions and is consistent with these provisions. Therefore, a recommendation is provided in that the planning permit application be approved, subject to the detailed conditions outlined and attached to this report.
Thank you, Mr Stanton. Any questions or clarifications from councillors? So I'll call for a motion. We have a mover. Councillor Whitehead.
I'm happy to move that the planning permit application PA 250031 be approved and a notice of decision be issued subject to the following conditions.
We have a seconder. Councillor Walkman. Do you wish to speak to the motion?
If I could, thanks, Mr Mayor. This has been a complicated process, and I think work with the applicant that we've been able to come to an arrangement that works well for most of the landowners that are adjacent to the development. And I think this will have a much better outcome for those individuals than if, you know, we end up in a worse situation going to VCAT or something like that. So, yeah, I'm happy to support them.
Thank you. Councillor Walkman, would you like to have anything to say?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Look, when this development was first, this subdivision was first indicated, I had some major concerns, especially the intersection with Tankard's Road and Murray River Road. That's going to be upgraded, which is I'm really pleased about, with turning lanes, because it was a really big safety issue as far as I was concerned. I travel that road all the time. The upgrade of the intersection, Mr Merkel will get his access to his block. That's part of the access, and so he can continue farming. Of course, the next big concern I had was for the Hartnetts, the road close to their house. They've lived there for many years. I'm really pleased that discussions that were held today, I think it's been clarified. A lot of things have been clarified and will help the Hartnetts. And I thank the developer, their representative today, did a great job. And the other major concern that I had was the link to the subdivision to Trewellas Road. Admittedly, it's not happening until stage 4, but I'm really pleased that that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm happy to support the application.
Anyone else wish to speak to or against the motion?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'll just concur what the other councillors have said. It's good to see that we're all talking and working towards an end to help us all get this development done. So thank you everyone for being patient. Thanks, Mr Mayor.
And I'd just like to say one thing. Going forward through the detailed design, we are the responsible officers.
Sorry.
So we can probably go through any other minor things to go through and deal with that at the time of that process. Yes, Councillor Watman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I forgot one thing. It was only brought to our attention today that the electricity upgrade was a major concern too. And with the Trewella Road development, that seems to have been fixed. So I'm really pleased to hear that. That will the power situation to the development, seems to be sorted out.
Councillor Waller, do you wish to close the debate?
Only just to finish off saying, council's actually supportive of development, especially in the Peninsula area. We did a lot of work with a C25 planning amendment, which we didn't quite get where we wanted to get with, but we have had some outcomes from that, and this is in line with that and what we're trying to achieve in the area. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Whitehead. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Now, we will continue with our agenda item point 9, informal meetings of councillors. So if you guys...
You're quite welcome to stay for the rest of the council meeting and enjoy that.
About 1:30, you'll be fine, will you?
Yeah. About half an hour ago.
All right, we can do that.
Let's go
Sure,
for
do that.
Right, let's get through some of the preliminary stuff and then.
Yeah, back to this.
Yeah. Up. Yep.
So we'll
Actually,
continue.
that's a long time. Yeah, for me, Jamie.
All right.
Good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Item point 9, informal meetings of councillors. You're up to.
Take that one as read.
So, yep, the meeting recorded. And the recommendations, sorry. I'd like to move that the information be noted. Thank you, Councillor Whitehead,
Councillor Anderson.
Councillor Anderson, recommendation, all in favour? Okay. 10.1. 10.1, action sheet report, see,
Thank you. You may wish to take that one as read as well.
yes. Recommendation there, do we have a mover? Councillor Anderson,
I'd like to move the recommendation, beg your pardon, that the report be noted.
thank you. We have a seconder? Councillor Whitehead? All in favour? The next one,
10.2.
10.2, domestic animal management plan. And we'll have our Director of Corporate Organisational Development.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to present the submissions received during public exhibition of the Domestic Animal Management Plan 2025-29 for Council's consideration. There were 2 submissions received during the exhibition period. One was in relation to the mention of assistance animals having free registration. and wanting that included in the plan. Through dialogue with the submitter, she was alternatively happy with the option to include this information on the registration form, as that's far more publicly accessible and visible for dog owners or animal owners. So there was no amendment made to the plan in relation to that. And the second was in relation to a 24-hour cat curfew to reduce the feral cat population and adverse consequences on the bird population. So this was considered in the preparation of the draft plan. Due to, I guess, resourcing and practical constraints, it was considered that it was not appropriate for implementation and being able to enforce. So this was not included in the plan. So the recommendation is as presented in the report.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions or clarifications? No, ask for a motion to proceed. We have a recommendation. Councillor Walker.
Mr Mayor, I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
Thank you. We have a seconder. Councillor Anderson. All in favour? Sorry, would you like to speak to it? Sorry.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr Mayor. Look, I really thank the people for making submissions. It's good to get feedback. Unfortunately, the 24-hour cat curfew, a small rural council, it's probably beyond us, to tell you the truth. And but no, I appreciate the submitters.
Thank you, Councillor Waldman. Councillor
No,
Anderson.
thank you.
No, or anybody else would like to speak to it?
If I could, just to clarification, or not clarification, just add to what councillor Walkman has said, that there's no point us implementing things that we can't enforce. So, to put a 24-hour cat curfew and we don't have the ability to do that just doesn't make sense. So, no. Thank you.
Thank you. So put the motion. All those in favour? Okay. Item 10.3 is the quarterly performance graphs. Director of Organisation and Development.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to provide an update on key information. So I guess some headline statistics. So in everything from service requests to planning permits to capital expenditure and cash balances. The detail is included in the appendix to the report, and I guess demonstrates that we're in a reasonably good position in a few areas with a few things to work on, particularly around our rates levels. The recommendation is that the report be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions or clarifications from councillors? No. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Whitehead,
I'd like to move the report be noted.
we have a seconder. Councillor Anderson, would you like to speak to the motion? No. Councillor Bennett.
Thank you.
We have a motion. All those in favour? Right, carried. Item 10.4, council plan priorities. I'd like to ask our director of, got to get these right.
Corporate and organisational development.
Corporate and organisational development. I've said it this last 3 times. Do you think I'd remember?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to provide a final status report on the council plan 2021-2025. So the I guess the expiry date of that plan was 30 June 2025, and we've provided in the appendix a status update regarding the completion, or if it's ongoing, and if it is ongoing or incomplete, if it's been included in the new council plan. So there were 3 items in the land use planning strategic objective that were marked as complete. They should have been marked as carried forward just in relation to the planning scheme amendments. They're substantially complete, but it hasn't been approved yet. So that has actually been carried forward, and it is in the new plan, in the council plan, as is the advocacy for the amendments to to allow for a second dwelling on family farms to allow for succession planning. So the recommendation is that the report be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions or clarifications from councillors? Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just one on page 32 of the appendices. Continue to plan to implement noxious weed control along our roadsides. We've marked that as complete, but I mean, we get funding every year, so we mark it as complete rather than ongoing.
Through you, Mr Mayor, it probably should be marked as ongoing but complete for this year.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Thank you.
Any other? No. We have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the report be noted.
Thank you. Do you have a seconder? Ooh. You got some on the table. Why? Why not? Would you like to speak to that?
No, thanks, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Whitehead?
No, thanks.
Sorry. I did ask.
Did already, yeah, missed it.
So we have a motion. All those in favour? Okay, agreed. Now, we have a little bit of a disclosure of interest here with
Do?
three of our presiding group. After lunch. Good luck. We are the good steps. Well, for the recess now at lunch and like. So. There was a report here that was done on behalf for, the purpose of this report is to seek approval for the CEO to take time off annual leave. And the CEO, asked for requested leave from the period of Monday, the 22nd of December, 2025 to resume back on Friday, the 16th of January, 2026 inclusive. In that time, she has recommended that Ms. Narelle Taylor, Director of Corporate Organisation Development, be appointed in the acting role from Monday, the 22nd of December to 25th. And for Mr. Jamie Heritage, to be the Director of Infrastructure and Development, to be the acting CEO from 12th of January to Friday, the 16th. So the recommendation is that happens. That CEO be granted leave and that the Narelle Director of Corporate and Organisation Development do a fill-in, and then Mr. Jamie Heritage, Director of Infrastructure and Environment, do a fill-in. So we have a recommendation there. Do we have any questions or clarifications first? No. So we have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Anderson.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Wortman. Do I have to speak it to
No, thank you.
Councillor Wortman?
Thanks. Yeah, look, the two acting directors have filled the role before, so it'll be no problems for the organisation.
I'd just like to say one thing. The amount of pressure that the CEO and the senior execs have in this role, and for them to have leave, we've got to push them out the door to have leave. So I think this is a good, and have a bit of family time over that Christmas New Year break. So we have a motion. All those in favour? Great. Thank you. We'd like to bring them back in. Be pleased to hear that the recommendation went through and that Ms. Phelps will be having her annual leave. We have got two acting CEOs that have done it before, so it's all good. 11.1 emergency management report was prepared by Susan. So we have acting.
Thank you, and through you, Mr Mayor. The purpose of this report is for the information of councillors in relation to a 6-monthly update around emergency management activities from July to December this year. Some of the actions that have taken place in that 6-month period are certainly detailed in the report and the attachment to the report. And some of these include our fire prevention inspections and activity, letters to landholders, and the process we've put in place heading into the fire danger period. The participation and work through the Municipal Emergency Management Planning Committee from the MC, our continued coordination of the rebuild support program, staff training, which is included in an internal management sort of emergency relief centre exercise held recently, and also 6 staff have gone through the 2-day municipal recovery and emergency management officer training as well during this time, and then further progression of the resilient buildings projects. Our work has continued with the through MEMSI, and this is very important to the overall approach, not just for Towon, but also the support for our neighbouring councils and support we get through that process as well, and that coordination continues to improve. The report is as read and recommended to be noted.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Any questions from councillors? Clarifications? Councillor Waltman?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just a couple of the meetings that have taken place. I said there was a meeting with Telstra, presented to the MEMSI, how we can improve connectivity across the Shire. I was just wondering if Telstra could present to council, because I think it concerns us all. Just the other one there. September saw the Fire Planning Subcommittee conduct an all-day workshop hosted by CFA's risk team about identifying assets at risk from bushfire. Just wondering if we could get a little brief on that, what they identified as the key assets at risk. Yeah. Look, what else did I see? Yeah, no, just I'll speak to it in the motion actually. Yeah, no, thank you.
Any other clarification questions? No. We have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Whitehead.
Yep, happy to move that the report be noted.
Seconder. Councillor Waltman. Would you like to speak to it, Mr. Councillor Whitehead?
There's some really good work been happening in this space. I feel a lot more comfortable with the training that we've had done with staff, so we're not so reliant on 1 or 2 staff members anymore. We're sharing the love and the load. And I also think the work with Alpine Indigo in the emergency management area is of great benefit to us as well. So in an emergency, we can help them or they can help us. It just makes the team that much bigger and allows us to manage incidents a lot better. So I'm really happy that the work that we've done over the last couple of years has now really taken place.
Councillor Whitehead. Councillor Walton, would you like to speak to it?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, I totally agree with Councillor Whitehead. Yeah, working with our neighbouring councils. We're all small rural councils, and to work together is very important. I just got a comment on the report. It's a terrific report. There's a lot happening in this space, and it's a detailed report. And I thank the officers involved. One part of the report talks about the resilient buildings project, and we just had an update recently, and it's progressing very well. Indigo Power are doing a great job, and it's just going to benefit so many of our communities. So, yeah, thank everyone who's involved.
Councillor Waltman. Anyone else like to say anything? I just have one thing. Through every time this devastation happens, we get learnings, and the learnings that we got early 2020 to now has put us in good stead going forward and we're better prepared than we were, and we have an understanding of what we need. And I think it's been really, really good. The outcome, I know the devastation at the time was horrific and it's still ongoing, but we have got some good learnings out of it to make us stronger. We have a motion. Yeah. All those in favour? Yeah. Seeing where I was up to. Now we're up to item 12, asset management. I'd like the Director of Infrastructure and Environment.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Purpose of the report is to provide an overview of asset management activities throughout the Shire from July to the 30th of September 25. The report is produced quarterly, and some key points to note is that asset inspections for the new financial year have commenced and are progressing well. Road conditions and building inspections have been scheduled, and the annual level 3 playground inspections are 20% complete. These inspections mark our assets to Australian standards. Council is looking at some innovation and continuous improvement. Council is currently working with an external project manager to explore an advanced asset management system to enhance operational efficiency and service delivery. This system is expected to streamline inspection processes, reduce the time required, and enabling faster communication and work allocations to the maintenance team. It will support data-driven renewal planning, improve in the prioritisation and timing of asset renewals. Additionally, the system will provide more accurate and comprehensive infrastructure financial reporting. And the rest is for the report to be noted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Heritage. Council, any questions or clarification? No. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Wortman,
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move that the report be noted.
we have a seconder. Councillor Anderson. Councillor Wortman, would you like to speak to it?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, look, thank our director on that report. Yeah, just investing in a new system, which is, as a small council, we take that very seriously because it costs money, but this sounds very exciting and what it can benefit our organisation. So, yeah, that's terrific.
Councillor Anderson?
Thank you.
No. I'd just like to say we went through this process in a previous life and need to get the base data right and everyone builds up from there. And I think it's going to be a great system. We have a motion. All those in favour? Carried. 12.2. I'll ask our Director of Infrastructure and Environment again.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. The purpose of the report is to seek approval to accept 546,000 from the state government for a safer local roads and streets program. As part of the current round of SLRSP funding from the Transport Accident Commission and state government, Townsville Shire Council has secured 546,000 for the design and construction of a new clear span pedestrian bridge over Bathanga Creek in Bathanga. There is currently no dedicated pedestrian crossing over Bathanga Creek on Bridge Street. Pedestrians must share the existing road with vehicles, creating a known safety risk. This concern has been raised by the Bathanga community, and a standalone pedestrian bridge is now proposed by improving access and safety. Council has recently delivered similar pedestrian bridges in Walwa and Tallangatta Valley, providing valuable experience and understanding of the design and construction requirements. Options, best outcome for the community. Council has 3 options regarding the construction of a new pedestrian bridge over Bathanga Creek adjacent to the existing vehicle crossing. Accept the SLRP funding. Council accepts the allocation of the grant funding from the state government. Seek alternative funding. Council declines the SLRP grant funding and peruses other funding opportunities. Do not proceed. Council decides not to peruse the pedestrian bridge project at this time. Officers recommend option 1. And then as per the recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. Heritage. Any questions or clarification from councillors? Councillor Warman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was just looking at the photos of the project, of the proposed bridge. I just noticed that it's proposed to be constructed on the downstream side. I kind of envisaged it would have been on the upstream side to the playground, but there must be an engineering reason for that.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So when we mapped the majority of the movements, it was on that downstream side, basically. And that is because of where the footpaths currently live, and also the pub is also down there.
Yeah.
Now the bus does drop off, and that means we'll need to make a road crossing point to get to that bridge on the other side, as we're aware. But that's why we're doing it on that side, and a distance away enough from this existing structure. Should that ever need replacing, it can be done in a clear window. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's always a reason,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you understand it. Any other questions, councillor Whitehead?
So I noticed in the report, it's probably a clarification thing that it says about, we haven't gone through the community consultation for this project yet, but that's just for the design of the bridge. Like, there's been a lot of community consultation over numerous years where the community's identified that this is a priority for them. So that's just on the design side that we're looking at doing more community consultation.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, correct, yes. And the exact placement and the look and feel of the bridge as well. But in the past, there's been plenty of community consultation and requests for this pedestrian bridge.
One question, was it brought up at our council group meetings when we went around and did our
Consultation.
consultation for our planning?
Mm.
Was?
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor, it was one of the requests for better access across the creek. Yes, not as a bridge as such, but better access.
Yeah. Further questions, clarifications? We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? So Anderson,
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
we have a seconder, councillor Wortman. Would you like to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I'm sure the community would be very pleased to hear, but it'll be very interesting for them to also understand why it's on that side.
Yeah.
So that's really good. But yes, it has been a topic of conversation for a very long time. So I'm sure it'll be received very well. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Anderson. Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Look, as the report says, the project is a high priority and delivering lasting social safety and accessibility benefits for the Thenga and surrounding community. And as Councillor Anderson said, it's been requested for a long, long time. So it's great. It's a great outcome for the community.
Any other councillors want to speak? Yes, councillor Whitehead.
I just think that, as councillors and even the senior staff, we've probably all walked across that road, and it doesn't feel safe and it's not great for the community. And so to be able to get this outcome, I think is just brilliant. So really excited about it.
And I honestly think it's a sizable grant.
Yeah.
To be able to do this.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of money. So we have a we have a motion in. All in favour? Land use planning we have done.
Let's do it again.
Item 14, forestry, we have environmental sustainability. We have our Director of Infrastructure and Environment, please.
Here, Mr. Mayor, the purpose of the report is to provide a biannual update on the forestry and related activities. And is to be noted. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions, clarifications? We have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? We've got to it, yeah. Yes, Anderson.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move the report be noted.
Thank you. Do I have a second, councillor Wortman? All in favour? Okay. Would you like to speak to it? Sorry. Well, be quick.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Look, I just want to talk about HVP. I think, I believe they're a very good company to be in our shire. They conduct blackberry and feral deer programs and, weed control, and they've got their own firefighting capabilities. And, I just want to say that they do a great job for our shire.
Agree. Anyone else like to speak? No. We have a motion. All in favour? That's us. Are you lucky? Very close. Item 15, economic tourism development, 15.1, and we ask for our Director of Community and Planning.
Through you, Mr Mayor, purpose of this report is for the information and thoughts in relation to a 6-monthly update around tourism and economic development activities from June to 30 November this year. Some of the highlights identified or detailed in this report and attachment are progressing the High Country Rail Trail project towards investment ready status, completion of the Bellbridge Container Cafe project, the Hanson Street mural project in Corryong, and also the Corryong 150-year celebration, some tourism signage across the Shire, support and advocacy for farmers during facing dry and challenging conditions and participating in working events and meetings, and the Run Like Murray event, which was held in early September. So there certainly was a range of community and stakeholder engagement methods and collaboration involved with the delivery of these outlined activities, and the report is as read and recommended that it be noted.
Thank you, Mr Stanton. Any questions or clarifications from our councillors? No, we have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Whitehead,
I'd like to move that the report be noted.
we have a seconder. Councillor Waltman. Councillor Whitehead, would you like to speak?
If I could, Mr Mayor, just some of those projects that have happened are just really exciting things for our shire, and over such a wide range of things, from a run up over Mount Elliot to a container cafe in Bellbridge. It's really great to see such a vast and widespread impact that we've been able to have in this period. So great to see.
Thank you. Waltman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Totally agree with Councillor Whitehead. Got to make comment about the Bellbridge Container Cafe. Great coffee. Thank you.
It is good coffee.
Yes, and look, I've got to say about the Hanson street murals. I see photos of that pop up everywhere. They're fantastic. They really are. Well done to everyone involved with the report.
Thank you. Councillor Anderson, surely you want to speak to this one. Bellbridge Cafe.
I better. Great coffee. It'll be even better when we get power.
Yes.
But yes, well, very welcomed. Thank you very much for all the work that's gone into it.
So I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. Council reports. No report. No. Item 17, urgent business. None. Item 18, committee minutes. And we'll want to ask for the Director of Corporate and Organisational Development, please.
Thank you, and through you, Mr Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to present the unconfirmed minutes from the Audit and Risk Committee meeting on the 13th of November. So the minutes of the meeting are considered confidential, 3(1) of the Local Government Act, due to there being personal information, that is information which, if released, would result in the unreasonable disclosure of information about any person or their personal affairs. There is a summary of the resolutions that were made by the committee, other than those for noting, which are included in the report, and the recommendation is that the report be noted.
Thank you.
Can correct that? The recommendation is that the unconfirmed audit risk committee minutes and resolutions from the 13th November 2025 meeting be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions, clarifications from our councillors? Yeah. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? No.
Yeah.
Councillor Whitehead.
Like to move that the unconfirmed audit and risk committee minutes and resolution from the 13th of November 2025 meeting be noted.
We have a seconder. Councillor Anderson. Would you like to speak to Councillor Whitehead?
No, but just to add that I hope you enjoy the audit and risk committee meetings into the future, Mr. Mayor.
I was thoroughly into
Yeah,
it.
no,
Very much.
I know it's just something I'm going to miss out on for a while. So, thank you.
Councillor Anderson, would you like to
No,
speak
thank
to it? No, thank you. Okay, so I put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. 18.2. Again, I'll ask our Director of Corporate and Organisational Development.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this report is to provide information, which is the OHS committee minutes. So the minutes were provided to councillors prior to the meeting, and the recommendation is that the unconfirmed minutes be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions or clarifications from councillors? Councillor Whitehead.
Oh, and I might be wrong in this. It just looked like we had a few more incidents reported. None of them over serious, but that's the idea at the moment is that even minor things get reported where previously maybe that wasn't happening, so that we've got a record of anything if something does happen in the future. That's what those figures show.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So yes, there is, I guess, an ongoing awareness and training for staff around the importance of reporting incidents, regardless of how big or small. It allows us to target, proactive measures. Specifically, the more information that we have, so that little incidents don't become big incidents, and obviously we can manage them when their consequence is small, rather than have it develop into something bigger.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also like to think that it's a culture change as well with everybody reporting. Back in the day, but now you go report it again, dip it in the bud early. So we have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Whitehead.
I'd like to move that the unconfirmed minutes of the Occupational Health and Safety Committee meeting held on the 27th of November 2025 be noted.
Councillor Anderson. Would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you.
Councillor Anderson. No. So we have a motion. All those in favour? Carried. Policies for adoption. Not sure who speaks to this one. Again, I'd like to welcome Director for Corporate and Organisational Development.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So there are two policies that are due for review: the Public Interest Disclosure Policy and Fraud and Corrupt Conduct Policy. The changes to the policy have been included in marked up text in the appendix, in the attachment, and the recommendation is that the policies be adopted with the Chief Executive Officer authorised to make minor administrative changes where necessary.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Any questions or clarifications from council? No, we have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Excuse me. Councillor Anderson,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
do we have a seconder? Councillor Waltman. Would you like to speak to the motion, Councillor Anderson?
Thank you.
Councillor Waltman, anyone else? All right. Put the motion, all those in favour? Carried. Sealing of documents, don't have any. Confidential, we have nothing. Item 2022 is the closure of meeting. Thank you.